Alright kids, this time I'm doing something fun. Today I'm installing this budget-friendly NRG bucket seat in my Mazda2. Full disclosure, I got this seat back at Christmas and it's been installed for several weeks. To save some time in the comments section, I love it, I recommend it, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it right now. This is an NRG FRP-300 fixed back bucket racing seat. I got it for about $200 with shipping on eBay, that's about what they cost pretty much anywhere, and it came with all of the necessary hardware to mount it as well as the side mounting plates. From there, all I had to do was sort out a bracket, which is what I did with this Planted Technologies Mazda2 specific floor bracket. As you can see, it's all marked up for my test fitting and then final fittings. One thing to note about the Planted bracket is that while it's pre-drilled for several different kind of seat configurations, it's generally pre-drilled and will fit sliders. If you plan on hard mounting the seat like I did, you're going to have to drill some holes, which is what I did. There was a little bit of trial and error there, but it was nice and easy. I ran to Harbor Freight, got the drill bit I needed, and I was able to drive those holes with a regular old Craftsman drill. So with the particulars about the seat and bracket out of the way, now we can install it in the car, but first, we've got to remove that stock seat, which is pretty easy. All we have to do is remove the 14mm bolts here, 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 and there's one up under the rail there. Those two are going to be covered by a couple of pieces of plastic. You just pop them off and you can either discard them or store them however you like. With those 4 bolts out of the way, now we can let the seat fall back and we can undo all the wires for the safety equipment like the airbag and seatbelt sensors. Keep in mind that when you're removing one of the stock seats, you're removing an airbag, so the car will be arguably less safe, and you're going to have a light on the dashboard telling you that there's something wrong with the airbag system. It's okay, it doesn't beep or anything, it just flashes every once in a while. Man, make sure I didn't damage the paint. Damn, man. There's a little ding in the panel. Right there. Can't even tell it's there, though. With the stock seat out of the car, now I can begin the process of assembling the new seat and bracket combo. I'm also going to have to steal the seatbelt receiver from the stock seat, which has a wire that runs underneath. It's easy to remove, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And before I get the new seat and bracket in the car, I'm going to weigh these two side by side to see how much weight savings I've gotten from this newer, lighter seat. Let's start with that wire. It's going to be this little one right here. It's already unplugged. See how it goes up to the side? The bolt for the seatbelt receiver is nice and easy. It's also a 14mm bolt. And there we are. You're going to have to pull this plastic aside to get that plug out, and there's a little hole underneath. Voila! Now we can get the seat attached to the bracket, and like I said earlier, if you're using sliders, it'll more than likely just bolt right up, but if you're hard mounting it, you are going to have to drill some custom holes. Everybody's different, so that's all up to your own discretion, and once you're all squared away on that, you can use the provided hardware to attach the seat to the bracket. I'm not going to show you that because that's pretty much common sense. I'm just going to cut to the seat all mounted. All done. Now all we have to do is attach the seatbelt receiver to the new bracket, and then we can get the whole assembly in the car. And there we go. All done. Nice and easy. I also forgot to mention that all the hardware provided is 13mm locking nuts, and then these Allen key bolts. I don't know what size the Allen key is, but you'll figure it out. Everyone's got a set. So let's hop on there with the stock seat in hand. $275.25. With the stock seat, and let's give or take a couple of pounds because I did steal some things off it and clothes and what have you. But now, let's see with the new seat combo. 261.4. This seat's about more than 10 pounds lighter than this setup, which really isn't all that much, but hey, weight savings are weight savings. Much smaller seat, much easier to drop into the car. And there we go. With the wires reconnected and all the hardware tightened down, all that's left is to take the car for a ride and enjoy the new seat. So there you have it, guys. That's how you install a bucket seat in a Mazda 2. It's a pretty simple job, and if you're not shooting a video like I was, it'll probably take you less than an hour to do. It's a great upgrade over the stock seat, especially if you're a track day enthusiast like I am. Speaking of which, I've got a track night event coming up in a couple of weeks at PBIR, which I'm really excited for. I can't wait to put this new seat through its paces on a racetrack. As I said earlier, all the info for these parts will be down in the description, and if you're thinking of doing this for yourself, just remember that, especially if you're daily driving, you are going to be removing part of the safety system that's meant to protect you in a crash. So, something to think about. Anyway, that's it for me this time. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Thank you all so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next one from the Rolex 24 at Daytona.